Hello. I find that so many of us, myself included, as a weight loss coach, sometimes get stuck in the chair that I'm sitting in right now. Meaning, for so many of us that work a desk job, especially post pandemic, if you're somebody who works at home like me, getting in enough movement throughout the workdays can be a huge challenge. Why is this important? Well, not only does sitting at a desk lead to inactivity, stiffness, and increased fatigue, but research suggests that when you simply move your body living life, you tend to burn more calories throughout the day just moving than you do within your formal workout. So, again, this is called NEAT, non activity exercise thermogenesis. And again, all of the calories that you burn moving throughout the day, living your life outside of your workouts, actually burns about 10% more calories than you do in just your formal workout. So I do want to stress, I'm not saying workouts are important because they are for a weight loss journey and for overall health. But I also want to remind you that so many people underestimate how important it is to get movement throughout your day. So, back onto today's theme. Today, I want to share 5 different ways that you can stay active even if you work a desk job. Without further ado, let's get this party started. So, tip number 1 is try to include a desk friendly stretching routine. So, even if it's something like stretching your neck from side to side, rolling out your shoulders, standing up at your desk and doing a standing quad stretch, or maybe standing up and finding a lunge position to stretch out your calves. Maybe you do a hip flexor stretch. Maybe you stand up and reach towards your toes and stretch out the backs of your legs. There are so many ways that you can incorporate stretching into 30-second or 1-minute nuggets throughout the day. It really doesn't take much time or much effort to add in. Tip number 2, think about setting a movement timer. So this could either be a wearable. I know for me personally, I wear an Apple Watch, and every hour at 10 minutes to the next hour, my Apple Watch always reminds me to get up and move for 1 minute. If you don't have a wearable with that type of capability, you can always use your phone or even an alarm or a clock on your computer. Every computer these days has a built-in alarm capability. Set an alarm to go off every hour on weekdays, or every 2 hours, or every 90 minutes, or every 3 hours, whatever cadence you want. And when that alarm goes off, get up from your desk. I don't care if you walk to the restroom and back. Maybe you choose to refill a water glass, but how can you get in little spurts of movement at set specific times? Tip number 3, and I do want to preface this tip that obviously it depends on what you do for a job, and it also depends on the importance of calls that you're on. But is there a way that you can walk on your breaks or during calls? So whether it's on a lunch break, or whether it's the 2 minutes that you have in between meetings, or maybe you're able to get a walking pad for your office or for your home under your desk, and you can walk on calls that you're listening to and not contributing on. So really get creative with little short ways that you can just add walks into your busy workday. And fun fact, for overall weight loss and calorie burn, it does not matter if you're breaking up movement into 20 1-minute chunks or one 20-minute workout. Movement is movement for calorie burn and for weight loss. So for some other goals, it does matter. But in terms of simple movement, it doesn't matter how much you need to break up that movement session throughout your busy workday. Now, that brings me to tip number 4, and I touched on this a little bit, but I want to highlight this tip, and that is to incorporate desk equipment. So maybe you get a walking pad and you put it underneath your desk at home or your desk at work. You can also buy on Amazon these little pedalers, and it's almost like sitting there cycling where you can use them without anybody knowing while you're working. You can also get personally for me in my corner back over in my home office. Let me move the camera. I don't know if you can see them. There are 2 sets of dumbbells. So I keep those there as a reminder that even in between coaching calls and consultation calls and group coaching calls, I can walk over to those weights and do 10 bicep curls and 10 overhead shoulder press. Last but not least, tip number 5 is focus on habit stacking. So if there's something that you're already doing on a regular basis throughout your workday, maybe you get up a couple of times and you use the restroom, or maybe you walk into the break room 4 times throughout the day and you fill up your water bottle, or you grab another coffee. How can you use those habits that you're already doing and build, add in more movement? So what I'm getting at is maybe every time you use the restroom, you commit to doing 10 squats in the bathroom, or maybe you're going to take the long walk to get to the break room and then the long walk back to your home office or to your desk. Maybe you decide if you do go into an office somewhere, every day you're going to park in the last parking spot furthest away from the door that you enter work at, so that it makes you walk a farther distance, knowing once you get inside, you are going to be mostly seated. So again, something like driving your car to work is something you do on a routine basis. So really think about the actions and the habits that you take every day while working, and how can you get smart? And when you're already doing something, how can you add in one layer of movement to that? So please, your takeaway, I want to give you some accountability today. And I want you to write in the comments below this video, which of these 5 tips are you going to implement specifically this week? And what I mean is, how are you going to action them into your life? Now, as always, please, if you don't mind giving this video a like and my channel a subscribe, it helps you receive more tips and tricks that I share, but it also helps my channel grow. So thank you so much, and we'll chat more soon.